It's the time to get down.
All right. Thank you, everybody. That was, well, welcome everybody to the Political Brothers segment.
Yeah, give me some claps, man.
Power to the people. Power to the people. Viva la raza.
Those claps kind of cut off real fast.
La causa. Para todo mi gente. Welcome. Bienvenidos. All right, everybody. I'm the Political Brother. I'm here because I have to come because, it's all that flack about the hip-hop Republican. As you guys may have noticed here at PackStereo.tv, one of our more popular shows is Shirley Huzar, the hip-hop Republican. Because of this show, people have mistakenly identified Pack Stereo as some sort of a teabagger right-wing organization. Let me just tell you, we are leftists in spirit. It's just that those damn Republicans had that good money. So Shirley had her show first. But I am the Political Brother, and I was always intended to respond to that hip-hop Republican because I am your radical leftist. You can expect to hear from me from now on and often, Vic.
I'm ready for this, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for this.
We have to counteract that Shirley Huzar, that hip-hop Republican, and I want you to know that coming up, I'll be going head-to-head with Shirley Huzar and her monstrous rack of sin. We go face to face, sort of, whatever you want to call that. My face, her, whatever. We're going to go face to face. Mario, the Political Brother, that's what I meant. Political Brother. He's going to be going face to face with the hip hop Republican.
You having an identity crisis right now?
Man, it's the tight jeans.
I don't think you want to tell people.
As you know, as the Political Brother, I'm forced to wear clothes from the 60s.
First you're Mario, hip-hop, and political.
Secret identity, Vic. Secret identity. Like Superman.
Okay.
How come it worked for Superman? All Superman had to do was put on some glasses and change his voice. Hi, I'm Superman.
That's right.
And he goes, hi, I'm Clark Kent. See, you believed him?
Yes.
All right, go with it.
He can fly. He can fly, though.
Well, it's those drugs. But that's what the Political Brothers like Superman. Can't afford no real costumes. Had to wear this stuff. All right, man. So we're going to talk about this because today is a week of politics, Vic, and we just had to respond to some stories. As you may have heard, WikiLeaks. And WikiLeaks is a site that we've reported on before because they're the ones who show you, they're the watchdogs. They are the watchdogs for all governments everywhere. And they leak everything about every government, and they feel that that is their role. Okay, and in that role, we've supported them because, unfortunately, our belief is that all governments are inherently corrupt, and that includes the U.S. government. Okay, I am your radical leftist.
Is there any goodness in the U.S. government?
Well, I'm not sure there is. The U.S. people, when they're on the right track. But as you know, they can also be assholes, too. As you can say by the millions of dead folks lying in the wake, including the genocide against our Native American populations. I know you don't want to talk about that. Part of the issue we have always said here, the Political Brothers, that it's impossible to discuss politics today without a history lesson. But you'll notice your right-wingers always want to do that. And by the way, let me define conservatism for you, because conservatives love to think that they are somehow the backbone of the society. Conservatism is a big-ass chain connected to a huge cement block that's attached to your neck, and you drag that as you march toward progress. Talk about conservative legacy. Ain't that a bitch? Conservative legacy, what are you proud of? If it was slave times, you'd be for slavery. If we still had children in factories, you conservatives would be for that. When women were our toys, you'd be all for that. What the hell is a conservative legacy? Give me a damn break. Ronald Reagan, that forgetful idiot, the one who did Iran-Contra, the one who did the most massive military buildup before this stuff against the Soviet Union that crumbled, but you were stupid enough to not even believe? Come on. The Soviet Union crumbled and the American public act like it was news. But you had just done this huge buildup. You would have paid for Star Wars. Let me remind you. Let me remind you. So that's why I'm here as the Political Brother, to remind you that there's a history. So whenever you look at any of these things, people, please use history as your marker. It has been done before. And by the way, always, but always, follow the money. Whenever you look at, whenever you see any disaster, ask yourself, who makes money. And that'll give you the most startling perspective, Vic.
Yes.
Our perspective on the BP oil spill has continued to revolve around the fact that we are telling you, you will pay for that. Watch and see if BP does not pay. Watch the money.
Yes.
Are you going to pay Halliburton to clean it up? Don't you see?
Right.
And I said before, and Mario Hemsley, you're wonderful, wonderful, and might I say handsome co-host. He's a wonderful man. I love that guy. He's so handsome. I heard he has the biggest, anyway, but that guy, he has said that I was to come and was going to tell, and I'm here, Vic, to tell you that you got to look at the money because BP ain't going to pay. Watch to see you going to pay. Watch to see who pays for this. And I said before, why not bail out all the people in the Gulf? No income tax, okay? Take all that out. Set them up, bail them out. You bailed out everybody else, why can't you bail them out?
It's too late, political brother.
Yeah, they say, like you said, whatever you say, an industry is too big to fail. What industry is too big to fail?
Political brother, I have to ask you a question, if I may, because I'm listening to you and I'm in the Gulf. My business has lost money. I've been promised the $200 million initial cost.
You ain't got nothing, have you?
Wait a minute. I make about 150,000, maybe 600,000 generated, revenues throughout the year. I've only received 35,000. Is there a problem? And if there is, political brother, how come Tony gets 18 million of the 200 million? He gets 10% of the total that we're all waiting for.
Because that shows you where you rank.
Where do I rank?
You're at the bottom. You know where you rank at the bottom. That's obvious. That's where you're ranking. When the money doesn't get to you until you ranked at the bottom. Look at what's happening right now. Like you said, Vic, he's got the most golden parachute. And where are they going to send him? To Russia. to Russia to head up their oil.
You know what?
Ain't that a bitch? Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Take a look at what's happening, you guys. And that's why you got to support organizations that are watchdogs that talk about this, Vic.
Okay.
So that you can know what's going on.
Well, my fear right now, political brother, is that once the well got capped, that means the news now has a lesser impact unless traditional mainstream media stays on it, which says that if they get off the front page, political brother, that we who have lost our businesses and now are in dire straits who need money within 30 days, we're going to be left behind, and it's going to happen quite quickly. Is this a true realization that's going to happen within 30 days?
It's a concern, Vic, but let me just tell you what's going to happen. Because they're not going to pay them. They're going to be screaming and squealing louder than a wounded pig. I'm going to tell you, down there in the Gulf. Because you know what you're going to have to endure?
What is that?
Is all the news reports about how badly the people are doing. And by the way, I sure hope that health care bill gets in, because by the time they get that dispersed oil, eating all that stuff, and getting in that water, and drinking, eating the food and all that. Well, I'm just saying, I bet you somewhere, let's just say, I don't know how that's going to help your immune system.
Well, I have a situation here that I want to offer, and you tell me if it's the right type of thinking, political brother. Is it better that the well should not have been capped, which means BP stays on the front page, buying us more time to get the money that we are due? Now that they have it capped, the incentive to drag it on now is going to go even longer because it's not front page news.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why that's the truth, and that's why we're going to stir it up, because the cleanup. See, the spill was one thing, Vic, but the cleanup's another. Like I said back in the whole back in Iraq. I said the war is one thing, the occupation is another thing indeed. Well, let me tell you something else. The spill was one thing. Now to clean this up, to really clean it up, I don't know, because as far as I can see, there is no historical perspective. And by that I mean, as far as I can tell, no oil spill has really been cleaned up.